Hi, welcome to my channel Ruby Neck Crochet Tejido. Today I'll be teaching you how to crochet this beautiful poncho. It's really easy to do. It's with a little sleeve. It's only closed in the part of the sleeve, the rest is open. It's a poncho. It's absolutely gorgeous. And I hope you guys like it and give it a try. And here is the list of material you're gonna need to make it. If you are not already a subscriber, please subscribe and click on the little bell. That way you get notification each time I upload a video. Remember, I make my videos in Spanish and English. If you receive a Spanish video and you want to see in English, go to the main page of my YouTube channel that you will find the English version in there. Also, you can send me a message and I can send you the link. Before I give you the material, I wanted to mention that from this color, you're going to need 3 balls. This one, 2. This one 2 and the yellow 1. Also depend on the size that you make in this. This one is like large, extra large, almost extra large, because it's big, it's loose, it's very comfy. I'm a medium and look quite big on me, and you will see how I look on the mannequin. So I'm gonna give you the measurements of the width. And I measure 84 centimeters, 33 inches. So it's quite big. Nice and loose and bulky. So if you want to make this smaller, for this I did 130 chains for mine. If you want to make this smaller, you can do this smaller. For example, this is just an example. You can do more, you can do less. For the center, I did 40 chains. I did 15 and 15 for the yellow, and I did for the other 2 sides I did 30 and 30. So what you can do, and instead of 40 you can do 35 in here, and instead of 15 and 15 you can do 12 on each, and on each side here you can do 25 and instead of 30. That will be quite a bit smaller. Okay, so it will give you a smaller poncho, but that depends of your taste, because this one is oversized, but it's nice and comfy, perfect for this winter, you know, winter's day. But it's absolutely gorgeous. I absolutely love the design. For this design, these are the materials I'm gonna use. They are the loops and thread, impeccable, medium 4, 100% acrylic, 127.5 grams each. The color of this one is charcoal, this one is true gray, this one is aran, and this one is sunny day. The crochet hook is a 6mm. You're gonna need tapestry needle and scissors. This is a little bit of representation how I want the stripes. And what happened here, I'm supposed to do this all charcoal, and then I did some yellow. That's why there is a little bit darker, but that's charcoal and here. So if you look at the graph that I did, you're gonna have some spaces in between each color, because the yellow in between. So I'm gonna separate these ones in 3 balls and the yellow in 2, because there are only 2 yellow stripes going up. The other one are sideways. So the charcoal and the true gray and the aran, I'm gonna separate it on 3 balls, and then the yellow in 2. That's what I'm gonna do. I only did like 4 squares here, but that will be just for me to guide myself with the colors, because the stripe I want them to be nice and wide, probably like that, probably 8 to 10 rows or more, because I want them nice and wide. So as we work, I will let you know how many rows we'll do, but first I'm going to separate these in my yarn winder to create these different balls. So I already prepared all the balls. So we're going to do 130 chain, and we're going to divide them because we have to work with one color, and then the yellow, and then the color, and then yellow, and then the color. So we're going to do 30 with a charcoal, 15 with a yellow, 40 with a charcoal, 15 with the yellow, and 30 with the charcoal. That's how we're going to divide the chain. I put that away. I'm gonna start with one of the charcoal. I'm gonna do a slip knot, and I'm gonna do 30 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30. Now you're going to grab the yellow, and again you're going to do a slip knot, and you're going to pass it through that loop. Try to leave the knot in the other side of the loop, and then you pull here tight. Now you're going to continue with the yellow, and you're going to do 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Now you're going to grab the charcoal. This one is a little bit smaller. When I start wrapping up, I wrap this one a little bit bigger, and then the last one was smaller. That's okay. So slip knot and do the same thing. You're going to pass that loop through this one, pull this one tight with always the knot in the other side of the loop, and then you're going to chain 40, and then you're going to change to the yellow, and you're going to do 15 yellow and change to the other charcoal and do 30, and you'll have your chain ready to work. So I'm going to do that, and then I will meet you here. And I recommend to place your balls on a line like this. That way you don't get them tangled up when you're working with them. It's much easier. Once you finish, we're going to work half double crochet. So you're going to chain 1, and then you're going to do a single crochet and chain 1, and that's how you're going to start all the time. That way you don't get a hole in between the stitches at the beginning of each row. So you're going to go to the next chain space, and you're going to do half double crochet, and you're going to work half double crochet on each chain space with this color. Your 30 half double crochet you will have here. once you finish with your 30 stitches, you're going to change color. So you're going to leave that one in here. And you're going to grab the working strand of the yellow and you're going to pass it through the loop. And then you're going to pull that one tight. And then you're going to end up with the yellow now. So you're going to go to the first chain space with the yellow and you're going to do your first half double crochet. And then you're going to continue until you have your 15 half double crochet with the yellow. And like that's how you're going to change color each time. Just get a little bit smaller, but later I will take the shape. And like that, you're going to do the 15 and then change to this one and so on. So I finish and I move my balls around, or the balls around, that way they are not tangled up. I place them exactly back again into place. So now I'm gonna chain one, gonna turn my work around, and I'm gonna do a single crochet in the first one, but always in the back strand, and a chain, and that counts as the first half double crochet. And now in the back strand you're gonna do half double crochet. You see you have the top one and the one in the back, and you're gonna do half double crochet, and that's what we're gonna do, half double crochet in the back strand on each row. So when you finish with this one, you will change to the yellow and do exactly the same thing, and you'll continue until the end. Turn your work around, do the same repetition and the way back, and then depend on the width that you want to give to this one. I want to be around like that, but the yellow will continue the same. The only one that you have to change are these ones, the three on the side and in the center and on the other side. Those ones are the ones that you have to change after you have the desired width of the stripe. The yellow continue up until there's a portion there that I'm gonna overlap, do this one longer stripe, and then the yellow will continue like a cut in the yellow. So when it's time to change here, I will show you and then you can continue. So I finished and I passed this one in front of me, and this one you have to have it in front of you as well. You see these ones are on the other side and you see they're under, so you have to bring them like so. That way they are at the right place when it's time to change color. So now I'm gonna leave this one in here. I'm gonna grab the yellow one and I'm gonna bring it up. I'm gonna pull this one and then I'm gonna work my half double crochet in the back strand. Now with the yellow. And like that, you will continue working, doing the changes of the color, and it will look like this on this side. So you're always going to do the change exactly the same all the way to the end, and I'll return again with the half double crochet. And you do the last stitch in that chain that you did. Remember, you did a single crochet, chain one, and that chain. You will do your last stitch. Once you finish, you will chain one, and make sure that you turn your work around and that you place your yarn where it's supposed to be. So this one in here, this one, and so this is under, like so. That will make your work much easier. So you're gonna do a single crochet in the back strand, chain one, and you're gonna continue with the half double crochet in the back strand until it's time to change your color. So you're gonna work this depend on the width that you want your stripe. I was thinking 6 to 8, but 6 it will give me this is 3, and 6 will be here. I want it wider than that, from 8 to 10 rows of this color, and then I will change to the gray. So depend of the width that you want your stripe is how many rows you're going to do with this one. The yellow will stay in place. So I will show you one more time how to change color here, and then from there you can continue until you have the desired width for this. So I finished with this color. For this stripe I did 8 rows, and you see nice and wide. That's how I want the stripes, nice and wide. And I already cut this yarn. I left the tail there to lose later, and of course the yellow is still there in place because we're gonna continue working with the yellow. Now I'm gonna start working with the lighter gray, or the true gray. Now we're gonna start with the gray, and I always recommend to do the slip knot. Whatever design you're doing that you have to change color, or you have to change to a different ball of yarn because you finish with that one, always start with a slip knot. That's my recommendation, because your work never will unravel through that seam. So you're gonna pass that loop exactly the same as you did the color change with the other ones. You're gonna pull this, and then in here you're gonna chain 1. You're gonna turn your work around. Little still there to lose later. And you're gonna do the single crochet in the back strand, chain 1, and the half double crochet, exactly the same as you did with the other color. You're gonna change to the yellow once you're done with this one, exactly the same as you did with this one, and you'll work with the yellow, and when it's time to change here from the yellow to the gray, I will show you as well. I finished in here, work with the yellow. Now time to change color again. You slip knot to create a loop. You're gonna pass through that loop. You're gonna pull the yellow to tie that one, and then now you're gonna work with this one exactly the same through the back strand. You're gonna work with this color. You're gonna change from this one to the yellow, and then when it's time to work again with the other color, you will do the same as you did with this one. You pull this, make sure as well, and it'll be nice and secure. And you're gonna continue with this one for 8 rows. If you like, you can do different sizes stripe, but I'm gonna do all the stripes the same width, 8 rows. After I do the 8 with this one, I will do 8 more with this one. The yellow always stay the same. After you finish with those 16 row, I will meet you here. I think I'm gonna need 2 balls of each color for this because it's a big poncho, big and loose. But if you don't have that many ball of yarns, you can use leftover yarn. Make sure that you select one color for this stripe where I have the yellow. It has to be the same color for the front and back. The other one can be different width, different size. It's up to you. So I will meet you here when I have those 16 rows done. 8 with this one and 8 with the other one. Once you finish, it will look like this part. Now we're gonna change color. I already cut the yarn. This yarn is already cut. And I'm gonna leave this yellow, but I'm gonna cut this one because I'm gonna work with a charcoal, this little stripe with the yellow, and then with the charcoal I will do all of these until the end, 8 rows. The 8 rows that's supposed to do the same width of the stripe. After I finish those 8 rows, I will change to the true gray, and I'll continue exactly like this. I will do the 3 spaces with the true gray and the 2 yellow, and then the 3 with the aran. So that's what I want to do now. Okay, I'm gonna break the stripe in this side. Like this, you're going to continue until the end. You turn your work around, work this charcoal until the yellow, work with the yellow, work with the charcoal, and then do your 8 rows, and then I will meet you here. Once you finish, it will look like this. Now we're going to work with the true gray, and we're going to do exactly the same as we did with them in here, with the true gray and the red. You're going to work your first stripe, you're going to work the yellow, you're going to work the center one and the 40 stitches, you're going to attach the yellow, work the yellow, and then work the next gray. And you'll do your 8 row with the gray and the 8 row with the iron, always working like this. Exactly, it will be exactly as this part in here. And then when you finish those 16 row, I will meet you here. This is how it looks so far, and I absolutely love the way I look. I'm just looking at it and I'm planning to do another one, a sweater, a real sweater like this. It will look amazing with this design, with this color design, because it look amazing. So I'm gonna need 2 of the charcoal, 2 of the iron, and 2 of the gray, and I think only 1 of the yellow because I still have all this yellow left here. So I'm planning to see if that work with that amount of yellow. So I'm gonna work on the top here. I'm gonna do the last stripe that's gonna be with this color. And the plan is to do my 8 rows in here, my 8 row with the yellow, and then when I work in here in the center, I want to do a little bit like a lower color, that way it's no square straight. It will have like a little color in the front, and then I will do the 8 rows with this one and the 8 with this one. This is what I have left at this color, so I will need the other ball in order to work the back piece. The back piece will be exactly the same as this one, but it will be higher up to the top. And I have these ones of this color and this one of the red. So you see, it's not enough this for the back, so I will need 1 more ball of each. Probably I will use half more of each color, except the yellow one that I have. I used the least amount. So I'm gonna work on that. I'm gonna do the 8 in here, the 8 in here. I will do 4 in here. I will be working with the charcoal, and the 8 and 8, and then after I do those 4, I will start to do just a little piece, you know, like 1, 2, 3, 4, you see, like a little, like so, for the front. That way we'll have like a shape. And remember, the back piece had to be exactly the same as this one. This is going to be huge. This is like a throw on top of you, that way you put long sleeve underneath and stuff, and you will be warm. The back piece, you have to do the entire 8 rows with the charcoal, the next 8 row, and then for the front you just do a lower section. So I decided to use this one for the back, and my reason is that I have to have the back ready in order to give the shape of the front piece of the collar. Because what happens if I leave this one for the front, I don't have one in the back to pin together in order to figure out the size of the opening for the neck. So if I do this one for the front and I leave all that space, maybe that's not big enough for my head, or if I leave too much, maybe it's too wide, and then I will have to redo that part, and I don't want to do that. So make more sense to use this one for the back. Do your 8 rows of the charcoal completely, and then you'll start in the front piece exactly the same as this one, and then after you do the 8 rows, you four row of the charcoal here at the end, and then I will meet you here to show you how you're gonna shape the front of your piece. That makes more sense. Use this one for the back and the next one for the front. So I will meet you here after you go ahead and do the 8 row of this color, and here is exactly the same as you did these ones, and I will meet you here after I have the other one ready to shape the color. Do those 4 row with the charcoal and the next piece, and then I will show you how to do the shaping. I finished this first part, the back piece. It look like this in the border. So I decided that for the front, I put this in the front of me, and then I decided that for the front piece I want to continue this color here until here. Cut the yellow, work with the Aran, all these 8 rows until here, and then continue with this yellow and then the Aran. Exactly the same as I did with the charcoal here, I will do with the Aran and this side. When I put it in front of me, you know, I wish I had done that, but for the front I'm gonna do it. For the back don't matter. That look like this, but for the front I would like with this. It will make more balance. I wanted to mention that before I start working in the front piece. But it look absolutely gorgeous. Here I'm done all this work, and look how this stripe look in here. With this one in the top, this one in the, like it's in the top of the yellow. It look amazing. A really nice balance for the front. Now I'm gonna work in the last 4 rows. So with this color I'm gonna continue. I'm gonna change to the yellow, and then when I get here I'm gonna work only 5 stitches. I turn my work around and I will work those 5 stitches, the yellow and this, until I have my 8 rows. And then when I finish with those 4 rows that I have left, because I already have 4, I will cut the yarn and I'm gonna start from here. I will do my 5 stitches, and then the yellow, and then the dark charcoal again. You have to start from this side out, because now we're gonna work until here, and instead of continue we're gonna turn our work around, but then we have to continue from here. That way all the stitches look exactly the same in both sides of our work. So we're almost done. This is the last piece, and I'm gonna leave 5 because I think I will work on 5, because I think working on 5 on each side, that will give me a nice space for passing through my head, so that will be perfect. Here I finished the front piece. I already did the sewing in this side of the piece, and look like the stripe go over the shoulder. It look amazing. You don't see any seam. It's perfect. The same with the dark color. And now I have to do the sewing in the other side. And I'm working already on with the 3rd ball of the dark charcoal. I have to use it for the front of this last stripe, and it's perfect because the leftover I will use it for the color and the little cuff around for the sleeve, and it will be perfect. It look absolutely amazing. You don't can see as well here on my desk because you don't can see the entire piece, but once I finish and you'll see in the mannequin, you'll see how gorgeous this look. So I'm gonna do the sewing and then we'll continue with the rest. Now I'm gonna work on the cuff for the sleeve. This is gonna be the border. And what I did, I made a chain of 22 plus 1, and that gave me the width of 13 centimeter, 5 inches. That is the length, or the width, or the length for the sleeve. And then I work a slip stitches, and that is a very stretchy, almost like netted. It's really, really nice. And that's what we're gonna do for the borders of the sleeves. So you're gonna chain 22 plus 1. That's the length that I gave for mine of the chain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Let's say I have my 22. So once you have your 22, you will do one more to turn your work around, and you're gonna go to the second chain from the hook, and in the top strand you're gonna do a slip stitch. Usually I do this for my core, and I pass it leaving only one strand on the lower part. This time we're gonna only grab one strand in the top part, and that will give you a border for sewing. So you're gonna do a slip stitch, and you'll have 22 a slip stitch, but for this one is only 10, this little test piece. I still had to make the other one, but I don't want to chain the 22 and then the work for those 22 here in camera. I'll make the little clip a little longer. So once you have all the slip stitch, you'll chain one more, and you're gonna go to the second chain from the hook, because if you look at these and the top, they look like chain. And then you go to the back strand and this one, and then you're gonna do a slip stitch, always looking on the back. The first few rows are a little bit more fiddly because you don't have nothing almost to hold on to, but once you get going, it will be much easier. So in the back strand, you're gonna do your slip stitch, all the way until the end, and always making sure that you have the same amount. For mine, have to be 22. So once you get to the last one, you'll do the slip stitch, you'll chain one, and again you turn your work around and you go to the back strand and you do your slip stitches all the way until the end, back and forth, and it will be like this one, nice and stretchy. So what I did, I don't count the rows, but I count the grooves. You see this line that you see here? Let me put it a little closer. You see, those are what I count. And then what I did is I stretch it out. You count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, plus the one on the border. And that's what I did for this one. I had to do the other one exactly the same. And what I'm gonna do in here, I'm gonna place this. I still have more yarn in this one. I don't cut it out yet, just in case I need some more. But I'm gonna stretch it out for this and here, and that's the only part that's going to be closed in this piece. This will be open like a poncho, because I tried to close this on the side and then it looked huge and look too big to have it closed, and it's better just to have it there with a cuff and then poncho style the rest. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to work on my other piece like this with my 22 stitches, and then I will zoom in a little bit, that way you guys can see what I'm doing, and then I will meet you here. I did a few more rows. Now I have 30 plus the last one for the border. And I started here where I have this tail, and the other one is in the other side. So it's perfect. Now I'm gonna cut, leave it there long enough to sew around the body of the piece for the sleeve. I finished one of this side and it looked like this, open and with the little cuff for the poncho. So that's what we're gonna do in the other side. I only sew the other one from this to here and this part, and this one is bigger than this. So what I did, I need to lose those tail, is I stretch this out, I pin it in here and I pin it in there, and you see, you stretch it out and then you start sewing in here, and this will gather this a little bit, not a lot, just a little bit. If you look in here, you see, like so. So that's what I'm gonna do now. I'm gonna lose that tail, and I'm gonna show you with the pins. I will pin it down and I start sewing. Like that, you're going to continue sewing until the end, and don't cut your yarn, the leftover, because with that we're going to close the cuff. Once you finish, they will look like this, with it open under the arm like this. Now I'm gonna work on the color. With this, I'm gonna work, and I will do half double crochet. So I'll start in the back. I will chain one, do a single crochet, chain one, and then I will do half double crochet all the way around. In one round I will do in the back strand, and in the other round I will do in the front strand. That way I get the same design as this and here, and with like this, a beautiful design. I will get it in the color, and after that I will be done. But it's absolutely gorgeous. It looks amazing. So you're gonna continue like that. You see, in the cast on of the stitches for the color, I work in the back strand, and now I'm working in the front strand. So that's little strand of yarn that you see, and here you'll have it there in the inside as well. So do the length that you desire, and then I will meet you here. Once you finish the color, it will look like this. This is the length that I gave to mine, and it's perfect because since we work the front and back strand, we continue with the same design from the body on the collar, and it look perfect like a one piece. So from this color, the dark charcoal, from 3 balls, I have this left. This is the one that you use the most. From the dark gray, from 2, I have this. From the Aran, from 2, I have this left over. And the yellow, one yellow, I have this. So the one that you use the most is the charcoal. Now I'm gonna put it on the mannequin and I'll show you the end result. Well, this is the end result, and it's absolutely gorgeous. This poncho is amazing. It's super, super big, but I love it. I had to play around with the mannequin, that way it don't look too big in the mannequin, but it's super, super big. Look, that's to one side and the same to the other side, so it's super big. It's open in the side, so it's perfect. It will look amazing as a sweater, but I did it too wide, too close in the side. If you want a sweater, you can make it smaller, and if you are an extra large, you can close it in the side and it will be perfect as a sweater. But for large, medium, and small, to be a poncho. Maybe I do a sweater like this as well, because I love it. I love this color combination. It's amazing. It's amazing the way I look. Well, I hope you guys like it and give it a try, and subscribe to my channel if you are not already a subscriber. And if you make this beautiful poncho and you want to send me some pictures, you can do it through my Facebook page, Ruby Crochet Tejido, or my Instagram, Ruby Crochet Tejido. Please share my video with friends and family. That way you help me grow here in YouTube. I wish you have a beautiful day. Bye.